growth through the agricultural value chain. Let's go back to the land, cultivate the cost of living. Together, it is possible. Powered by BCOS.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa.
Gunmen again abduct 5 worshippers in Owo. President Tinubu decorates Disu as new acting IGP. On the foreign scene, Myanmar's military airstrike kills 17 in Rakhine State. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on News Around the World here on BCOS Television. I am Idowu Shekoni. The sign language interpreter is Korede Oluleye. Gunmen in the early hours of Wednesday abducted 5 worshippers at a church in Uso, or local government area of Ondo State. It was gathered that the armed men stormed the church, a branch of the Celestial Church of Christ, at about 1 a.m. while the service was ongoing and abducted the worshippers. The spokesperson for the Ondo State Police Command, DSP Abayomi Jimo, confirms the incident in the message sent to journalists in Akure on Wednesday. He further disclosed that one of the victims has been rescued while one suspect has been apprehended. Jimo added that operations are ongoing to ensure the safe rescue of the remaining victims and the arrest of all perpetrators involved. Meanwhile, residents of Ondo State have staged a protest over the abduction of worshippers at a church in the Owo local government area of the state. The protesters barricaded the BZ Akure Owo Expressway, leaving motorists on the road stranded. The police confirms the abduction of 5 worshippers at the church in Uso by gunmen. It was gathered that the armed men stormed the church, a branch of the Celestial Church of Christ, at about 1 a.m. on Wednesday while service was ongoing. The church attack comes almost 4 years after the terror attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, which left 41 people dead and 140 others injured. In a related development, operators of the Department of State Services DSS have arrested the 6th suspect linked to the 2022 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, where over 40 worshippers were killed. The suspect, identified as Sani Yusuf, was apprehended in Ugwosa community, Ovia North local government area of Edo State, after years of surveillance. Security sources said Yusuf, who confessed to the crime, had temporarily relocated to Kano after the June 5, 2022 attack before moving to Edo State. He is also alleged to have participated in the July 2022 Suleja military barracks attack, the Zuma Rock checkpoint assaults that killed 5 soldiers, and multiple kidnap operations in Kaduna and surrounding areas. 5 other suspects are already on trial in Abuja over the Owo attack, which remains one of the deadliest incidents in southwest Nigeria and raised concerns about the expansion of insurgent activities beyond the northeast. President Bola Tinubu has decorated Tunji Disu with his new rank as the acting Inspector General of Police at the State House, Abuja. The ceremony, which took place at the President's office, had in attendance the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akube, and the immediate past IGP, Kayode Egbetokun. His appointment came just 48 days before his scheduled retirement on April 13, 2026, when he would have reached the mandatory retirement age of 60 years. However, under the amended Police Act, which allows Inspectors General of Police to serve a 4-year tenure regardless of age, Disu may remain in office until 2030. Tinubu, who pinned the new insignia on Disu's uniform, commended the outgoing IGP Egbetokun for his service to the nation. The ceremony comes barely 24 hours after Egbetokun submitted his resignation letter to the president on Tuesday, citing family issues that require his undivided attention. Reactions have continued to trail the recent appointment of former Assistant Inspector General of Police Olatunji Disu as the replacement for Kayode Egbetokun following his resignation as Inspector General of Police. In this report, Olamide Wolabi examines the role and expectations of the acting new police chief.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, recently resigned from office. His resignation came after serving beyond the statutory retirement year of 2023, following an extension of service approved by President Bola Tinubu. Following his resignation, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, was appointed as the Acting Inspector General of Police. Born on April 13, 1966, Disu has served as Commissioner of Police in several states, including Rivers State and the Federal Capital Territory. He also previously headed the Intelligence Response Team of the Nigerian Police Force. Speaking with BCOS News, a retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Ade Ajakaye, described the appointment as a positive development, noting that Disu is well qualified, experienced in several areas, and widely regarded as trustworthy. He added that the former Inspector General, Kayode Egbetokun, did his best while in office and expressed confidence that Olatunji Disu would build on those efforts.
As far as I know, I think he did his best. Yeah. Even in Nigeria, if an Indian comes to do something in Nigeria, he will have to perform very well. Not to talk of ordinary human being. Egbetokun tried his best. And, there's something we call diminishing returns with age and everything. The older you grow, the less you become strong and the rest of it. So it's time for him to go, and he has left. So somebody will take over. AIGDC is a well-qualified person to be an IGP of Nigerian Police Force. I know him very well. He is worthy of that position. Very worthy of it. Well, life progresses every day. You should start to build on where Egbetokun left, and I'm sure with his antecedent, I'm sure he's going to do much better.
Also reacting, a security expert, Dr. Adekunle Okunla, described the appointment as a step in the right direction, citing Disu's track record in combating insecurity during his tenure as Commissioner of Police.
He has been in charge of many squad that, has to do with fighting insecurity in the past. That's number one. And he's a highly educated person, he has many master's degree, in administration, business administration, also in insecurity fighting and things like that. So I believe it's a step in the right direction by the government. All we need to do is to pray that God will give him the grace to be able to function effectively, and people should not bring tribalism into this. It has nothing to do with tribalism. We know that we have an issue at hand in Nigeria, with the banditry and insecurity that we're fighting.
They advised the newly appointed Acting Inspector General of Police to prioritize intelligence-driven policing, strengthen internal discipline and intensify efforts to address insecurity across the country. Olamide Owolabi, BCOS News.
You're watching news around the world on BCOS television. We have a short commercial break. Please don't go away.
Protect every day with Hypo.
Things and dirt don't go on break.
So whiten your whites with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Win your share of 3 billion naira with Nivea. 1,000 naira airtime guaranteed with every entry. Become one of 10 billionaires weekly, or win a chance to see Real Madrid live. 3 SUVs to be won. Buy any Nivea 400ml promo product, scratch and dial to enter.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange this house to give una small wisdom. Sounds mighty fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before una go talk, say our smell no reach. Make una think I'm try so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection blocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more for my cover mouth. We love you, Colgate. Now go do your job with your smile.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
Protect every day with Hypo. Dirty and stains the video shakara. We got the remedy, original plaza. Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Welcome back. The Oluyole Local Government Authority has successfully commissioned the newly renovated multi-purpose hall at the new garage area in Ibadan, marking another significant achievement under the leadership of engineer Akim Olatunji. The multi-purpose hall was commissioned by the Commissioner for Works, Architect Abdulmajid Mogbonjubola, and attended by key political stakeholders as well as traditional chiefs in Oluyole local government. BCOS reporter Olamekwasi Ishola brings the details.
From May 2024, when Engineer Akim Olatunji was sworn in as the chairman of Oluyole local government, the development of the council area has received priority attention through strategic initiatives. The council boss, who previously served as the state publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party, is fervently aligned with Governor Seyi Makinde's administration and strives to unite members and political stakeholders for efficient local government administration. The unwavering of the newly renovated multipurpose hall at New Garage area in Ibadan confirmed the unwavering and solidarity of Oluyole PDP as an indivisible entity. Following the commissioning of the project, the State Commissioner for Works, Architect Abdulmajid Mogbonjubola, commended the council boss for his significant contributions to the council area. Some of the stakeholders who spoke at the event, such as Chairman Oyosaka, Dr. Gola Adetuji, Honorable Waheed Akintayo, representing Oluyole State Constituency, Mr. Olaide Setu, former Oluyole Local Government Chairman, and political head, LCDA, expressed their support and highlighted the necessity of the unity in Oluyole Local Government.
That message for the chairman, they should not relent. People are appreciating them for what they are doing, and I know God will empower them to do more for the people of Oluyole local government.
Earlier in his address, Oluyole Local Government Chairman, Engineer Akeem Olatunji, reiterated his administration's commitment to complementing Governor Seyi Makinde's efforts in the council area. The council chairman stated that the multipurpose hall underwent renovation to enhance administrative capabilities and optimize service delivery within the council jurisdiction.
The building was built about 4 years ago, and there is also a source of revenue for the local government. That's why we decided to take it upon ourselves to rebuild it, reconstructed it, and renovated it for the good use of the benefit of the people of the local government. So, and it's also going to be a source of income for the local government.
Projects that will span across several wards in the council area, in addition to the multipurpose hall in the new garage area, are projected to be completed this year. Olamiposi Ishola, BCOS News.
The presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, in the 2023 general election and former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, has paid a courtesy visit to the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde in Ibadan. Kwakwanso, who is also the national leader of the NNPP, described the visit as non-political, explaining that his visit was to inaugurate a new office for his party, while considering it appropriate to pay homage to Governor Makinde during his stay. Details are presented by Governor's Office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman.
The New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP presidential candidate in the 2023 general election and former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, arrived at the Oyo State Governor's office at exactly 1:17 p.m. Accompanied by party leaders in Oyo State, he was received by Governor Seyi Makinde, after which both leaders proceeded to a closed-door meetings. Addressing journalists after the meeting, Kwakwanso reiterated that his visit was primarily for a party engagement and emphasized that his relationship with Governor Seyi Makinde transcends partisan lines. Governor Kwakwanso, who also highlighted his political journey, noted his previous roles in the People's Democratic Party before moving to the All Progressive Congress and later joining NNPP.
We are here on the invitation of our party chairman, the chairman of NNPP here in Oyo State, to go and open our office here in Ibadan and also discuss some important issues that relate to our party here in Oyo State. But the governor has always been our friend. I thought before going there, I should come and pay my respect to him. And that is exactly what I did now. And now we are going straight away to the party office. After finishing our meeting, we'll go back to the airport and then back to Abuja. This is more of personal friendship than party thing. But even party, you know, he is a member of the PDP, and PDP has been my party. Of course, now I'm in NNPP as the national leader.
Among members of his entourage was the secretary of the NNPP Board of Trustee, Alhaji Buba Galadima. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
The entire community of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ubomosho, has been thrown into mourning over the death of its final year nursing students of Open and Learning on Distance Learning, ODL, which occurred on Sunday, the 22nd of February 2026. According to the release issued and signed by the registrar of the university, Mrs. Olayinka Balogun, and made available to BCOS News, the 6 students who were traveling from Suleja, Niger State, for their final examination when the incident happened at Ote along Bumosho-Ilori Expressway. The institution sympathized with families and friends of the deceased, praying to God to grant them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Reacting to the incident, the director, Lautech Open and Distance Learning Center, Professor Rafiu Ganiyu, described the student's death as devastating and pathetic, explaining that while the incident is saddening, examination will commence on Monday, the 1st of March 2026, as earlier scheduled, because majority of the students are presently on ground for revision and examination. He, however, appealed to the general public to bear with the university and the NUC policy regarding the standard of university education in the country, adding that the university prioritizes the welfare of its entire students. May their soul rest in peace. We have another timeout. Please stay tuned.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
Alright everyone, no fool your ears, make we talk. Time don't reach to rearrange this house to give us small wisdom. Sounds mighty fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Before I go talk, say our smell no reach. Make not think I'm trying so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world?
Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection unlocks 24 hours cavity defense. The formula boost with calcium for lifelong smiles.
Mom, it's a time to brush. No more cover mouth.
Colgate for 24 hours maximum cavity protection.
This Ramadan, it's not the season to hide, it's the season to let my beauty shine. Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Lotion 5-in-1 Complete Care. Discover deep nourishment with cocoa butter, deep moisture serum, and vitamin E for long-lasting moisture and protection from dry and ashy skin without the greasy feel. Get the Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Glow this Ramadan. Skin is for always shining. Nivea is for skin.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor George Amokwiton, has directed President Electoral Commissioners across the country to intensify voter education and sensitization. He added that sound policies mean little if citizens do not understand the electoral process. Amokwiton gave the charge at a meeting with RECs on Amokwiton gave the charge at a meeting with Rex on Wednesday in Abuja, held on the heels of the just concluded Federal Capital Territory Area Council elections and by-elections in Kano and Rivers State. While acknowledging modest improvement in voter turnout in the FCT poll, the INEC chairman said voter apathy remained a major concern. He therefore directed Rex to step up awareness campaigns in their states, cautioning against absenteeism and dereliction of duty among staff. The opposition role of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Nigeria's political landscape has come under scrutiny as analysts question its strength ahead of the 2027 general elections. Political affairs analyst Comrade Femi Babalola Obagun and Secretary of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, or Your State Chapter, Honorable Yinka Dairo, shared this view while discussing Abuja Council polls, matters arising on the BCOS Current Affairs Breakfast Program, AM 120. BCOS reporter Fedora Falagui monitored the program.
The 2027 Abuja Council polls have generated widespread reactions amid allegations of electoral malpractice, low voter turnout, and reported irregularities developments that have sparked protests and legal challenges. Observers say the outcome of the polls could influence public confidence and shape expectations for Nigeria's broader 2027 election cycle. Speaking on BCOS AM 120, political analyst Comrade Femi Babalola Obaagun noted that voters in the Abuja Council election appear to base their choices more on candidate personality than on party affiliations. He described the exercise as a pointer to what may unfold in 2027. While commending the Independent National Electoral Commission for its performance, he acknowledged that there is still room for improvement, adding that the adoption of electronic processes has helped curb challenges such as ballot box snatching.
I don't want to use this got award. It is not because of what can I say, the activities and utterances of Mr. Wiki. Now, if you know everybody must vote APC and all blah blah, you understand. So as all of us are now looking at it, okay, let's see what is going to, what we are going to get from it. And we discovered that APC won according to him and according to his activities. All this makes us to look at the election in Abuja as, are we not setting a template for 2027 election? And underline that word, ask again, are we not setting a pace for 2027?
Also speaking on the program, IPAC Secretary in Oyo State, Honorable Yinka Dairo, maintained that the election reflected the will of the people. He, however, argued that the PDP can no longer be regarded as a strong opposition party, citing what he described as weakening internal structures, such as the ruling party continues to consolidate its influence. Despite this, he stressed that Nigeria's constitutional democracy does not permit a one-party system.
To me, I can tell you, PDP is a major opposition as we speak. Or the way we speak it, the way we talk about it, that PDP is a major opposition. But now, can we even say that again? That PDP is a major opposition when the ruling party has about 29 or thereabouts governors by their side. I can't really remember the figure, and I think 28 or 29, if I'm not mistaken, as we speak. So obviously, it shows that the structure of some parties are somehow going down.
Both guests emphasized the need to tackle voter apathy, urging stakeholders to intensify voter education and sensitization efforts ahead of future elections. Fidora Afolagboye, BCOS News.
We are due for another commercial break. Please don't go away.
Mr. Chef, it's a two-finger crush.
Pass me the chicken in all toppings.
Chef of life.
We got this.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is the true taste of home
and culture.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance from our bodies.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supermalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supermalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for overall health and wellness. One Supermalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
Buy any participating Coca-Cola glass or PET bottle and stand a chance to win your share of 600 million naira in cash and seriously tasty prizes. There's 2 new millionaires every single day, plus over 50 million naira in weekly prizes. It's easy. Scan the QR code. Find your unique code under the cap or tab and check to see if you've won. Coca-Cola, a recipe for wonder.
Thank you for staying tuned. The founder of Omituntun Benedict Forum and the Agbakin of Olorundaba, Chief Benedict Akika, has hosted members of Jamuyat Soliyat Akobo Ibadan Division at this year's annual Ramadan prayer and Quranic recitation program. Staff reporter Adeboye Abdurrafi was at the Lakuru area of Idiakbe, Akobo Olorundaba Road, Ibadan, to bring the details.
The Agbakin of Olorundaba, Chief Benedict Akika, an ally of Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, has consistently championed Islamic programs despite being a Christian. From Ramadan lectures to iftar gatherings, Ileya celebrations, Maulud Nabi, and annual Quranic recitations, the philanthropist continues to promote religious harmony through his socio-political group, the Omituntun Benedict Forum, OBF. At this year's Ramadan prayer session, members of Jamuyat Solihat Akobo Ibadan Division, led by their Amira Alaja Airat Ogungbenro, participated in Quranic recitations and special prayers, led by Alaja Nafisat Azan and Alaja Nafisat Oloyo.
ويقتلون نبيين بغير الحق ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون.
In her remarks, the Amira Alaja Ogungbenro described Chief Akika as a firm believer in the power of the Quran to overcome life's challenges. She noted that the organizer always shares testimonies of divine intervention after each annual Ramadan prayer gathering.
We need to seek knowledge from the imams, alim ummahs, that is it right as a Muslim to come and recite Quran for Christian? So I was informed that even if you don't go there, his intention, Almighty Allah has answered him. You go there to pray for him, to recite the Quran. You don't go there, Almighty Allah will answer his prayer because he believed in the Holy Quran. That's why he invited us that we should come and recite for him. So since we have started reciting the Quran, no year that he will not give testimony.
Delivering a brief sermon, the Chief Imam of Olorundaba, Alhaji Usman Ayilara, urged the faithful to uphold faith and the fear of God in all their endeavors. He also encouraged those blessed with resources to extend kindness to others, commending Chief Akika for his generosity and alignment with the people-oriented governance style of Governor Seyi Makinde.
Ọlọ́run dá iná ó sì dá àlìjánná méjèèjì ni ó fi àwọn èèyàn sí ẹ ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ àlìjánná láyé yóò fi sálìjánná ẹ ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ iná láyé tó bá dijọ́ ń gbé ìdá àlìkámà yóò fi sínú iná.
In his remarks, Chief Benedict Akika explained that the annual prayer program stems from his passion to remain spiritually connected to God and to continually enjoy divine grace. He expressed gratitude for God's faithfulness in his life and called on residents to sustain their support for Governor Seyi Makinde, citing achievements in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and security across Oyo State.
Our destiny can never be changed. Don't put it alone. So they got to no more or no long. They got to no. They got more or no long. Voters card, one palo by Ejo, Mudemobe, àwọn ìyá wa tó wá gbàdúrà yìí Mudemobe, nínú ọkàn ìmọ̀ kìí ṣe ìbágídí náà ń ṣe. Agbára Ọlọ́run. Ìmọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá àbítàlẹ̀ ń ṣe títàlẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé. So ẹjọ́ tó lọ náà ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gba voters card wa ó ti wà ń tà báyìí sí wọ́n ti ń gbà á. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ tẹ́ ti máa lọ gbà á àwọn ń gbé àwọn èèyàn lọ láti lọ gbà láti rí báyìí.
Chief Akika also used the occasion to urge eligible voters to participate in the ongoing voter registration exercise to enable them to take part in future elections. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
Muslims have been urged to sustain the virtues and spiritual discipline cultivated during Ramadan as a mark of true devotion and acceptability before Allah. This formed the focus of the 2026 NTA Are Arishekola Memorial Ramadan Lecture held in the premises of the Nigeria Television Authority, NTA, Agodi, Ibadan. BCOS reporter Adeboye Abdurrafi was also there and now reports.
Delivering the lecture titled From Ramadan to Shawwal, the chief imam of Ogbomoso land, Dr. Toliat Ayilara, emphasized that Ramadan serves as a spiritual benchmark for believers, noting that sustaining acts of worship, generosity, and kindness beyond Ramadan is a sign that such deeds have been accepted by Allah. According to him, only those who remain steadfast in prayer, charity, and sincerity after Ramadan can be confident of divine acceptance, stressing that Islam and its rites are guided by established principles rooted in the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Dr. Ayilara also called on Muslims to uphold unity, warning against tribal divisions, and urged faithful adherence to sincerity in all acts of worship.
The sustainability of good deeds beyond Ramadan depends only on how and the intention of any Muslim who performs all those acts of ibadah. The supererogatory act must be performed in accordance with the dictates of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet. If any Muslim do it the way Islam recommends it from the Quran and Hadith, then the ability to sustain it after Ramadan and beyond is very, very possible.
In his remarks, the chairman of the occasion and Ashiwaju Adin of Ibadan land, Architect Azan Giwa, described late Abdulaziz Arishekola Alao as a humble philanthropist whose life embodied charity, leadership, and service to humanity. He said the late Are Muslimi left indelible footprints through his generosity and commitment to societal development, urging individuals to reflect on the legacy they will leave behind.
And one of the lessons we could take home here is the lesson of our father, the great warrior of Ibadan land. Then, may God Almighty forgive him and admit him in paradise. He has a lot of legacy that we are required or expected to follow and emulate. One of the things I mentioned there is credibility, humbleness, humility par excellence. Apart from the fact that he's a man of charity, he's a man that has reached out to millions, right? Millions that people even lost count of what he has done.
In separate goodwill messages, prominent personalities including Oloye Lekun Alabi, Chairman Muslim Community of Oyo State, Alhaji Kunle Sani, Dr. Dawood Amowo Alaga, Professor Kamil Koyejo Olosho, Professor Abdulrasheed Adenioye, Executive Secretary of Muswen, Professor Wale Abbas, and the Yalaji Adin of Oyo State, Alhaji Ramat Ayinde, described the late Arishekola as a reference point in philanthropy and community impact. They encouraged well-meaning Nigerians to emulate his legacy and commended the NTA management for sustaining the annual lecture in his honor. Welcoming guests to the event, the Zonal Director, NTA Ibadan Network Center, Mr. Taiwo Icherogba, explained that the theme, From Ramadan to Shawwal, underscores the need for continuous good deeds beyond the holy month. He recalled that Are Arishekola sponsored the program during his lifetime and appreciated the family for sustaining the initiative.
Ramadan is a period of spiritual cleansing, a time when we strengthen our relationship with Allah, increase our acts of worship, extend kindness to others, and purify our hearts. This year's Ramadan lecture titled From Ramadan to Shawwal, that is sustaining good deeds after fasting, calls for reflection on our relationship with Almighty Allah during and after the Ramadan fast.
On behalf of the family, a widow of the late philanthropist, Alhaja Bashirat Alao, alongside Alhaji Ademola Solalu, expressed gratitude to stakeholders for keeping the memory and legacy of the Are Muslimi alive. A special fidal prayer for the repose of the late Are Muslimi of Yoruba land, Edo and Delta, was led by Alpha Olaide Itamaya, who represented the chief imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdulgani Agbotomokikere. Dignitaries at the event included the younger brother of the honoree, Alhaji Abu Alao, Oyo State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Dr. Wasiu Olatubosun, leaders of Nakomio in the state, and members of various Islamic women groups led by the Amira of Fongwan, Dr. Latifa Dairu. The lecture once again reinforced the enduring legacy of service, charity, and devotion associated with the late Are Arishekola Alao. Adebayo Abdurafi, BCOS News.
Over now to the sports segment of the news. Please don't go away.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the evening news. My name is Toby Ajowale.
Nigeria Super Falcons, the reigning African champions, have arrived and settled in Yaoundé, Cameroon, for two high-profile international friendly matches against the indomitable Lionesses. Head coach Justin Madugo led the contingent from Abuja, joined by assistants, backroom staff, and home-based duo of Andalen Ngbechi and Fatima Oloko. As of today, 11 players, captained by Rashida Tajibade, have reported to camp, with more expected soon. The first clash takes place this Saturday in Yaoundé, followed by the second friendly next Tuesday. These fixtures serve as key preparations for the upcoming Women African Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco. And in the MPFL, Gun Khalifat Football Club has named Ekmemando Christopher Chijioke as the new team manager, succeeding former Enyimba and Remo Stars defender Fianyi Anemina, who departed after a challenging campaign. The appointment forms part of the club's efforts to restructure and boost on-pitch results, currently sitting 19th in the MPFL standings with 28 points from 27 matches. Gun Khalifat face Enyimba in a crucial Oriental derby this weekend. And in Europe, Benfica winger Gianluca Prestiani will miss tonight's Champions League knockout playoff second leg against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. UEFA rejected Benfica's appeal against its provisional one-match ban stemming from Vinicius Junior's allegation of racist abuse during last week's first leg defeat. The 20-year-old Argentine, who denies the claim, trained with the squad in Madrid on Tuesday in hopes of overturning the ban. But UEFA's appeals body upheld the provision sanction pending a full ethics and disciplinary investigation. Further sanctions remain possible. Finally, in sport news tonight, former Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has stated that Max Verstappen and his entourage bore no responsibility for his departure from the team in 2025. While speaking to newsmen, Horner addressed the long-standing tensions, particularly with just Verstappen, but insisted he doesn't believe that the Verstappens were responsible in any way. He described his exit amid team struggles and internal issues as sudden, expressing a sense of loss while pointing to other figures in the organization's decision-making. Verstappen committed to Red Bull for 2026 only after Horner's exit.
And that will be all, and it's back to news around the world. My name is Toby Ajowale.
Thanks, Toby. On the foreign scene, a military airstrike by Myanmar's military in Rakhine State has killed at least 17 people and injured 14 others. This is coming in the latest civil war carnage, weeks after a military-backed governing party election win was dismissed by as a sham by international observers. Foreign News editor Folashade Akintala compiled the details of the airstrike, now presented by Bimbo Akobi.
Women and children were among those killed when airstrikes hit Yongo village in Pyongyang Township on Tuesday, the Democratic Voice of Burma said. The village lies about 33 kilometers, that is about 21 miles, northeast of Sitwe, the Rakhine state capital. It was captured by the Arakan Army, an ethnic Rakhine armed group fighting the Myanmar military in March 2024. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, has been in political turmoil since the 2021 military coup, with the crushing of pro-democracy protests prompting a nationwide rebellion. Thousands have been killed, and about 3.6 million people have been displaced, according to the United Nations. The war has provoked armed resistance from